welcome back, you lovely lot, and a nice warm welcome to anybody new joining my channel today. And if nail art is something you're interested in, then please consider subscribing. Right then guys, so we're going to be using Notpolish. We're going to go for pastels today. I'm going to make a list of everything down below as normal, guys, in the description box. So if there's something that you fancy, a colour that's to your liking, please check that out. So today we're going to do a marble on this middle finger. So I'll come in with those beads, and what I'm going to do is pop them on so that they're wet, but not that wet that they're running off the finger. And then what I'll do is I'll go up, down, up, take away any excess, and just keep repeating that up the nail until it's completely covered. Now I'm going to do marble on this middle nail, but the emphasis today is going to be on ombre. And I'm hoping that I can share with you little tips and tricks that I use when I'm doing ombres. And I thought I'd use these beautiful spring colours, so I literally just went down my drawers and pulled out like a pastel blue, purple, peach, yellow, pink, the lot. It all came out. And then a little bit of glitter just for fun, which I'm going to thread through this marble, which I will do in a minute. So I'm just going to pick it up. It's a pre-mixed glitter acrylic, which means the clear acrylic's already mixed in with these shards of glitter. So I just need to pick it up in the usual way like you do acrylic and pop it on there. Now, I pulled out a new brush today. Not that there's anything wrong with my number 8 from Kylie Weary, but I looked at the length of these and I thought, oh gosh, majority of them going to do ombres. I want to do mainly ombres today, and I'm going to need a bigger brush. So I looked and I got a 12 from Tracy Lou. And I thought, well, I thought, yeah, okay, we can do, but I come to use it. Guys, it's huge. Well, I don't know. It's only a 12. I didn't think it would be that drastically different. I've used a 12 from ZJP and I was fine with that from Liz Guild. It's called the Liz Guild brush. I love that. But I don't know, this one just seems so much bigger. Yeah, so I do end up going back to my old faithful from Kylie Weary, and it is a small 8, and I do like that, especially because majority of the work that I do is nail art, you know. Anyway, so let's talk nails. The ring finger I've gone in with the peach. I'm doing exactly the same on the pointer, the ring and the little finger. I'm going to talk you through. So we'll start with the next one. So I'm just going to pat that down, make sure that's nice and in shape with that nail, and then come in with the blue. So I'm going to pop that bead down, tuck it in around that cuticle and up that side wall, from the middle round to the right, and then from the middle round to the left. And then press and pull that down, and then you'll notice it's just the front of that bead that I pull down. Push it in at the side walls again, pick up another bead, place it where we've blended that first bead, then feather it back, tuck in those side walls, and then pull down just the front of that bead. Okay, so in my head I'm doing a checklist. I'm looking at, have I kept the shape of that nail, i.e. tucked in those side walls? Have I blended it back so I haven't got any shadowing? Am I happy with the opaqueness of that shade? Do I need to pick up another bead, drain the back of that bead by taking the liquid out? You will then get a more intense colour. Once I'm happy with that, then I move on to the next one and I let that dry. You'll notice I haven't gone in with my second shade while that first bead that I've laid down is wet. I let that set up and I come back to it. Guys, this is just what works for me. Hopefully you can take something away from this video and try it. Maybe it'll work for you too. Right then guys, so my first bead is set down. All 3 nails are done. I'm going to go back to the point and I'm going to make my way across all 3 nails for the ombre. First of all, I'm going to pick 2 colours that on the colour spectrum are next to each other. If you are new at ombres, this is what I would suggest you do first. Pick 2 colours that blend beautifully that are very, very similar. So I'm doing mint green and pale blue. So I'll pop down that first colour right where that pale blue has ended, pop down that bead, blend it back, blend it forward. Then what I'm going to do, because we're doing extreme length in this case today, I'm going to concentrate on the tip area. Okay, and I'm going to come in with these small beads. This is where I've gone back to my old faithful number 8. So I will be applying more beads than I would have if I'd just been using the 12. Once I'm happy with the tip, we're going to talk about this ombre. So I come in with a small wet bead of that pale blue, pop that down and blend it into that mint green, and do exactly the same with the mint green. Because I'm working just in that little area where they are going to be meeting together, I can use them wet. If I put down the blue and the whole of that blue was wet and then I went in with the green, that ombre could go further down the nail than I want, or what it could tend to do is go streaky. So you can see a streak of where the two colours have mixed together. I hope that makes sense. I know when I was doing my ombres and I first came to this game, because I've only been at it 3 years, guys, when I first came to this game I couldn't do it because I found that the blend was going further and further and further up the nail, so it wasn't as seamless as like a pink and white, for instance. That pink would go so far into the white, or I was getting streaks of pink inside the white and I couldn't understand it. That's when somebody said to me, try letting it set first. Don't try and mix all the colours when they're all wet. And also clean off your brush. That is really important too. So I've been watching while I lay down this pink, so I put down the first bead, blend it back, and then concentrate on getting the intensity of that colour. Now I'm coming back to that ombre, wet bead of peach, and you can see, swipe it down, clean my brush, clean, 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 pick up a wet bead of pink, blend the wet pink into the wet peach, clean my brush, then concentrate on the rest of that pink bead. Pat, 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 helps to blend those ombre together. Then we move on to the next nail. So this is our final nail, and we've come in with a lemon bead. I'm going to pop that bead where the lilac finishes, feather it back, clean my brush, and then pat, pull and press that shade of yellow down the nail. Blend it. I noticed that if I went any further I would lose the intensity of that colour, so I blended the tip into the tip area of the nail there before coming in with that second bead. Feather it back, pat, pull and press, keeping my side walls and the tip area. Once I'm happy with that yellow shade, I will then pick up a wet bead of lilac, pop that where the ombre is on the lilac side and pull that down. When I go off like that, I'm cleaning the brush, I'm patting those colours together. Now I'm looking and I am actually really happy with that ombre there. So I will clear cap these, file them into shape, and this is the ombres together, guys, when I've finished. We're going to come in with some nail art, so I have top coated this nail in matte. And before I come in with some, it's just gel polish in a darker bright pink and a dark bright yellow for these really, really simple flowers for spring. So I've got a large dotting tool here. What I'm going to do is clean that off, dip it into the yellow, and I'm going to do 1 dot, 2. Now petals are usually odd numbers, guys, so I'm going to do 5. I'm going to do 5 dots. Then using the gel paint that's there, I'm going to pull it down into the middle. Now gel, it's not gel paint, it's gel polish, guys, sorry. Gel polish moves, okay? So if you've got a slight gap there, by the time I've got to the end of this nail and I've put 2 pink and 2 yellow flowers on, that will have all evened out and filled in any gaps. So I pull it down, give it a little swirl in the middle, and then come off, clean it off, go in with my next shade. So I'm going to do 4 of the flowers, and then I'm going to come in with, you can see a green there on my palette, and I decided to do some leaves at the side of these flowers. But when I put down, I'm not going to go show you everything because it is a bit tedious, guys, but I'm going to show you a couple of the petals that I put on. Really super simple, this design, but I used a detailer brush, and I'm going to wiggle it in the green paint. Now my hand's in the way now, but you'll see a couple more in a minute. But when I'd done the light greens, when it came out the lamp, I decided to add some darker ones as well. So I'm just going to wiggle, wiggle, wiggle and pull it up. That's it. Super, super simple. I'm going to do a few of those, 2 on each flower, pop it in the lamp, and then I add a darker green and pop that in the lamp. Once it's all fully cured, I need to take off that inhibition layer with a bit of gel cleanse there. Then I'm going to come in with white gel polish, and with the same dotting tool I'm going to pop a bead of white in the middle. Then I'm going to clear my palette away, and I'm going to sugar this, just the white, with Fairy Steps, which is super fine, beautiful glitter. There it is from Kylie Weary. Again, guys, everything used today will be listed below. So with my little tray to catch that, I will pop that on, tap off the excess, means I can put the glitter back into the tub, and then double cure that and brush that off. And then I'm going to top coat the little finger and the pointer finger and give that a full cure. And then I decided to add a few gems to that marble nail. Now unfortunately it's not completely in shot, so I do apologise. Now, as well as the gems that I'm going to pop on, I've got these beautiful butterflies my friend sent me. Her words on that little note that was in there was, "These are too pretty not to share." So thank you so much, Shell. She knows I've got a lot of art stuff. So yeah, these were beautiful and they fitted gorgeous with this set. Now, I do apologise that this is not in shot. I kept standing up all the way through this to double check this because my lamp was really low. There's no excuse. I will do better, I promise. Right, so I have done descending order inside. So the big ones are in the middle of the nail, and I have done a swirl right down to the right near the cuticle, going smaller as we get there, and then up and round to the left as we get to the tip, all popped on with Chiara Sky dip base, which I always use, and then I also use this the Chiara Sky dip base to add on the little butterfly. Then guys, we are at the end of our nail play today. I really do hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, would you take a moment and hit that thumbs up? And if you're not subscribed already, I would absolutely love it if you would. Guys, please stay safe, and until next time, bye.